blockchain beyond cryptocurrencies. So yeah, so it's blockchain economy as well as a decentralized data. Okay, so this is the global cryptocurrency market cap. It's actually just about 228 billion. This is as of when I prepared the slides, which is a few days ago. So let's look at this comparison with, okay, so this is the older slide. This is actually the older slide. I have a newer slide. Never mind, it's okay. I will just continue with this. Okay, so let's look at the comparison between the market cap. So this is the world's largest company, Apple. They are actually at 1 trillion just few weeks ago. So comparing 1 trillion with just 228 billion market cap, cryptocurrency is, the market cap is really, really very small. That means we are at a very early stage of growing. So we can actually look at all these cryptocurrencies as some sort of like a company. It's like some sort of like a country or something where we have policies and all that. So let's look at the Bitmain. Bitmain is actually the creator of the all the mining machines, all the ASICs machines like for the Bitcoin mining and all that. So that itself, you can see that it's already 35 billion market cap. So they are actually very big compared to the whole cryptocurrency market cap. Okay, so Bitcoin itself is actually about 100 billion. So we are actually looking at big numbers here. But as compared to the global stock market, which is 100 trillion, this is really, really, really very small number. So we can expect to see cryptocurrency grow, but we are actually like an era of like a dot-com boom, where every time you hear people say that, hey, I have a something.com, then they will ask money from you and you may or may not invest in it. So this is actually something very dangerous. So we have to really understand what is going on and really look at the potential of it before we really invest in any of the blockchain project or any of the cryptocurrencies. So let's look at it from an economy perspective of blockchain. So blockchain itself is like a country for those that has a protocol. That means they are not a token. So if they are a coin or protocol-based blockchain technology, they are essentially like this. So they have a monetary policy. They have to preset that what is actually the total supply, what is the block rewards that is given to all these miners. Miners is actually essentially like a bank where they help you do the transactions. Then they take a small fee out of it and they take the block reward from the monetary policy. As well as we have like fiscal policy where we control the block size. That means what information can actually store in this. And then we have like taxation, which is miners. So miners is actually like taking tax out of it, like they are maintaining your ledger for you and they are actually taking the fee. So we have like a voting where some coins like Dash and all that, they have these master nodes where you can actually voice out whether you want this project to go on or you don't want this project to go on, and where they have this reserve that is reserved for everyone as long as you really want to just propose a project and you can actually get the fund from the foundation itself. So we have like defense, which is how blockchain essentially works. It's actually a cryptography that encrypts all these transactions information and it is distributed across the whole world. That means all these miners, all these people is actually maintaining the chain. So while they are maintaining the chain, they have to ensure that there's a security in it, there's a consensus. So there's this thing called 51% attack, where you own more than 51% of all miners. So this is also something that we have to look into it, where a bigger chain means more people maintain it means more secure. So as well as we have innovations that is building on top of it, like distributed data, and a lot more info, like side chains and a lot of this innovation that is ongoing. So let's look at blockchain beyond cryptocurrency. So blockchain beyond cryptocurrency, we have like smart contract that is based in like Ethereum, and there are a lot more other smart contracts that is available out there. So having a smart contract, you can actually do a decentralized application. So decentralized application meaning that your data is open, is distributed to everyone to maintain it, as well as some of your source code and everything is actually stored on a decentralized network. So that is called a D-app. So we're moving on. There are some blockchain companies that is actually looking into open data for artificial intelligence. When it comes to artificial intelligence or machine learning, we really need data, a relatively large amount of data to actually learn a pattern, some sort of patterns. But there are a lot of data out there that is not open to public due to some of the reason that the server fee is expensive, or they don't want to maintain. Let's imagine that we have this data that comes very frequently. And then if you are one company that owns one server and you want to open it up, you will have to really maintain that server. And if a lot of people comes in at a very, very large volume, you cannot really give the data on a real-time basis. So blockchain actually can help in this by really incentivize people that helps maintain and facilitate the chain, but with a condition that everyone that maintain the chain will have to really open up their interface or APIs for people to really get into the data. So in Trivechain, we have these 3 products. We have our first product, which is actually Biz Contract. So Biz Contract is like a smart contract base where we are acting like an escrow, where when you transfer something and a condition is met, something will be given to you. So we have Biz app as well. And in Trivechain wallet, or Trivecoin wallet, okay? Trivecoin wallet itself, if you download it, you will actually see that we have BizStore in it. So this BizStore itself, we are a little bit different with Ethereum in the sense that we are, instead of using a very specific programming language like Solidity, we are actually using Node.js. So Node.js is a JavaScript-based programming language where a lot of people out there already know some part of it. So a lot of developers can very easily get on board and actually stores information to it. And this app, we wanted to make it a little bit different compared to fully decentralized applications. So we make use of centralized and decentralized. Not all data needs to sit in a decentralized manner. Some of the data that is much more like privacy-centric or something that you want to change is supposed to be stored in a separate or centralized database or a private chain, for example. Because there are a lot of risks and mitigations that you really have to consider. So let's say you want to store a private information on the blockchain. Yes, you can always do an encryption method, but this encryption method itself will really depends on the private key. Say you are a company that owns, let's say, customer data. So you put all this thing on an open blockchain. So what happens is that if one of your staff, he quit, and then somehow he let the private key leaks out. So everyone will now have your data, and there's no way you can return it unless you return to a block before he even enters the company, which is definitely, you cannot do that. So in the immutable things, you can actually think of things like, let's say, transfer of your property, something that's more expensive. Then that is the things that you should actually store on decentralized database or blockchain. So blockchain doesn't suit every single company or every single startups out there, but there are things that really makes your company stronger. Things that really you want them to be there and you cannot immutate. That means it's something that is immutable. Then we will consider using decentralized or blockchain, where the data is available and everyone out there is actually maintaining it for you. So if you are a company that owns data and you really want, like let's say government, for example, they have a lot of data that they would really want to share where people can actually innovate with it. So in that case, you can actually make use of blockchain technology. So using blockchain, you store all this data where all these miners is actually helping you to maintain it. Then it will really grow for the company. So okay, BizFactory itself is another product that we have that we are helping you to actually tokenize the thing. So there are actually 2 types of token, a security token as well as a utility token. So here we are actually focusing much more on the utility token because a security token, a lot of them are somehow associated with scams or anything. So we really want to make sure that only the top quality or some goods one that gets through. But then since it is decentralized, so we don't really encourage a lot of security token, but we encourage using utility tokens. Some like rewards module, like you want to track whether they buy or they don't buy anything or anything. That is actually a very good use cases of a utility token. So in that case, or you want to say, let's say you want to do a Kickstarter, you want to sell like your watches and only 1,000 of it. So you issue 1,000 token. So every token will then gets converted into your watches. So that is also another way to actually raise fund. But try not to look at the project from like a millions perspective, because that is usually associated with a scam, or unless your project is really that big, then it should somehow comes with a token that is sold by stages and all that. So there's a lot of legal and all that we should look into it. But it is still, the market right now is like the .com in the 1998. So it is really have to be very cautious when you look into all these blockchains projects. So these are the new innovations that we are looking at it. So imagine that everyone creates their own coin, own token, own payment gateway or anything. So there are so many cryptocurrencies out there. How do we pick from one another, and what do we, like, how let's say the merchant wants only Dash or only Trive, but I only have like Bitcoin or Ethereum, so how do we do the transfer and all that? So we actually came out with a new product that we stores all these cryptocurrencies that we wanted to whitelist them, and it's called a C wallet. So C wallet is actually just a cross-platform wallet that allows you to store in one cryptocurrency, and when you need it, you can actually just convert to another type of cryptocurrencies. So instead of sending the money to the exchange, you get charged for sending the money, and then you do a trading, and then so all this process can actually cut short to a much more like a peer-to-peer. So as long as the wallet gets more people, so it will be a supply and demand and control the price on the ad hoc basis. So a CPay is actually designed to be a payment gateway, a SDK that can that means a SDK that you can actually use in your applications or use within the Biz app, or you can use like for your websites or anything to actually accept cryptocurrency. So you set the cryptocurrency that you want, then it's like how we do the payment gateway. That means we accept all these banks, and this is the amount. So something like that, you can pay in any of the cryptocurrency, and they will receive the cryptocurrency that they want. So this is actually the internet, that World Wide Web itself is only a little bit of all the internet, and we really depending this on the DNS to actually link us to the websites. So this is actually similarly to like blockchain. There's only very limited coins that get listed on CoinMarketCap, and there are a lot of unlisted. So same goes to data. Data also, open data is only very limited, and to really grow this AI industry, open data is something that is really will grow AI. So I come from a background with machine learning and deep learning. So I know that to really crunch a lot of data, you are essentially really needs a lot of crunching power. So we are also looking at R&D that is going to make blockchain really works toward the AI segment. Like imagine all these GPUs that are maintaining the ledger at the moment. If they can really help you, as in you can do like some sort of a model crunching, then you reward them in the form of cryptocurrency, then that will be another blockchain opportunity, or something that can really do decentralized of it. So we are really looking at R&D and all that. So that's why we came out with Trive Academy, and Trive Academy has Trive Blockchain Hub in Cyberjaya. So again, if you want to know more about Trive Academy, I will be speaking right now at the breakout session immediately after this talk. So it will be about what are the courses that we are going to teach. We are going to teach something like from the basics of blockchain, how do you avoid getting scams, or how do you identify what are blockchain, as in what is the technology behind the company and really understand how blockchain economy is going to change the ecosystem. Not everything needs to be decentralized. You have to always ask yourself, is this decentralized necessary if you really want to start a startup? So that's all for my time, and thank you very much.